You guys don't have to see that. This video would be too boring. I'm in no way a professional, but I watched a lot of YouTube videos to gather my experience, so you guys don't have to. In this video I'm gonna show you how to overhaul a winch. I'm gonna be working with a Lewmar 16 winch, but these directions will apply to almost any winch, since the parts are basically the same. I tried to search for how to maintain the Lewmar 16 winch, however I did not find anything that related to this particular winch, so I decided to match everything and do it myself. First, I understand that the top is a screw off normally, however I see that there is a snap ring on the top, so we'll take that and try to unscrew. Next, the top should just screw off, so let's try it.
This should be hand tight, by the way. Nope, not working. So in this case, I'm gonna use these two rubber wrenches and see if I can screw that off. Does that help?
So I was thinking that the top would screw off, but after I tried everything with the rubber wrenches and it didn't work, I realized that it's just a simple pull off. What got me is the little crevice at the top. I thought that would come off. But opening it up, it is a sad looking winch, to be honest, but it's better than no winch, right? It is all corroded, old, rusty. There's gonna be a lot of cleaning. Now that the top is off, I can actually take it off the base. I was trying to get this bolt out for about 20 minutes and I can't. With all the configurations of wrenches and screwdrivers I could possibly think of. I even used some WD-40 and really Sol is the whatever that item is, but nothing would let the bolt come undone, so I'm just gonna drill right through it. So I got the bolt drilled right through, but the winch on the other side is sad looking. When you are pulling these tabs out, make sure you grasp with this little spring with the pliers, because it might spring out of the way and you will not find it ever again. So it is really good idea to make a video as you take something apart like a winch, because then you have it as a reference when you put it back and you forgot where things go. I was wondering which grease should I use for my winch. There are a couple of options on the internet that I found. One being the lithium grease, white lithium grease that is waterproof. I didn't have any on hand. What I do have is this ultra stick synthetic grease, and apparently that is a really good option as well. And reading in the back, it says that superior resistance to corrosion, water washout, and extreme weather conditions. Sounds like exactly what I need. So when you try to grease your winch, make sure that you grease the bearings and the gears, but do not grease the ratchet portions of the winch. That is to make sure that the ratchet parts do not stick and they work properly. Don't take me wrong, these do need to be lubricated. Just use the machine oil and it will be okay. Put only moderate amount of grease on. In some videos it is recommended to use a toothbrush, but I used my last toothbrush on the cleaning and I do not want to go to the store, so I'm just gonna make sure to work it and let it get into all the grooves and crevices. Again, do not grease the ratchet parts, but just the gears and the bearings. This part is kind of tricky. Slides right in. Make sure that everything works and clicks into place. And the back side is done. Putting the bearings on. Slide right over here. I'm just gonna grease up the shaft here quite well so all the grease gets soaked up by the bearings as I slide them on. And I can add a little bit extra later. But as I slide them on, I do it in a turning motion so they can get the grease spread evenly. Make sure to wear gloves, by the way, since most of the greases are irritant to the skin and the eyes, and eye protection is really good too. And for the last part, the gasket goes on top. Make sure that you work that grease into the bearings well. I'm just gonna grease the gasket and should be good. Snap ring on top and we're done. Done. So let's test these out. This is the winch that I just overhauled, and this is clearly still off the boat. Base planted firmly in the table, clicks and spins, and then solid in the other direction gets stopped. Does not go counterclockwise, and well, doesn't go the other way either. Just sort of here and there. Oh, it spins a little bit, but clearly you can tell no effort, lots of effort. This one is next. But you guys don't have to see that, or this video would be too boring. I just hope there's not going to be that many spiders running out of this winch as there were from the previous one. I've saw 4 or 5 spiders running out of the previous winch, and I have to admit, I'm not a big fan of spiders. In this video you saw how to overhaul a winch. We were working with Lewmar 16 winch, but again, it applies to any winch really. It's just parts might be slightly different, but the idea is generally the same. This particular winch on eBay costs at least $150 used. It is clearly worth doing by yourself. If you like this video, please subscribe down below, leave a comment, a like if possible, and watch the other episodes of our channel. So my wife is adamant that I do another awful joke. How about this one? What do you call fish with no eyes? Shh.